This is the Lenovo ThinkCentre M910t mid-sized tower desktop computer. Released in 2017, this desktop was targeted at businesses and enterprise mid-powered workstations. This was a rather powerful machine that launched with a 7th gen CPU lineup. I've had this tower for quite a while and it's been in a variety of different projects, and so this currently has an i5 6500 6th gen CPU inside it, and we are going to be returning it to its launch CPU, the i5 7500 4-core, 4-thread 7th generation CPU. We're going to take it from 8 to 32 gigabytes of RAM, install a Wi-Fi card, an NVMe SSD, and of course that new CPU. And here we have the antennas for our Wi-Fi card, which have been donated by this destroyed Chromebook. But let's go ahead and open up this machine and start upgrading. We're going to remove the side panel as well as the front cover by undoing these front clips, and the entire front face of this machine does just pop right off of this machine so that we can lift up the entire drive bay to access the motherboard. And here we have our first look inside the machine. We have our PCIe slots right here, as well as our RAM slots, only occupied by one 8GB stick. Our power supply is 80 plus bronze with a max output of 250 watts. And the first thing we're going to do is remove this old RAM stick, which is a single 8GB stick running at 2400 megatransfers per second. We're also going to go ahead and pull out this SSD by undoing the cables, pinching the clips right here to remove the drive slot. We could leave this drive in here, but we are going to replace it with the NVMe drive. And as you can see, there are plenty of other options for expansion along with this motherboard. I decided to go with two 16GB sticks running at 2133 megatransfers per second by Timetech. They're a little bit slower than the previous module, but they'll make up for that with its capacity. We'll push back these retaining clips, find the notch in the slot below, match up both sides, and press until we hear the click. Next, we'll go ahead and remove the CPU, starting by removing the heatsink and fan. It's important to back these screws out a little bit at a time on each position so as not to put uneven pressure on the CPU socket below. Lifting this pin, we expose the CPU and can lift it straight out of the socket. This is an i5 6500 that we will put in a different machine. But we are going to install the i5 7500 that gives us a little bit of extra speed and capacity. To install the CPU, we're going to first look at that top cover and find where that corner marker is, line it up with the corner marker on the CPU, and gently drop it into place. Then that front cover will slide back into place, we'll pull the bar down and lock it underneath. Then it's time for thermal paste. I like to put about a pea-size amount right here on the CPU. Feel free to do whatever you find to be most comfortable. And then after cleaning off the heatsink from the old thermal paste, we will put it right back over this and tighten those screws back a little bit at a time on each corner. Then it's time for our NVMe SSD. This is an Orico 128GB M.2 NVMe that comes with a mounting screw that we can't use in this, a thermal pad, a screwdriver, and the drive itself. These are not the most performant drives on the market, but they do have a DRAM cache and a pretty good reliability. Unfortunately, in this machine, the standoff that actually holds this drive in place is not included in this machine, and I did not want to go through the trouble of fabricating one, so I am using a little bit of tape to hold these drives in place. This machine won't be moved much, so I don't anticipate this being much of a problem. We are also going to upgrade this board with Onboard Wi-Fi. This card supports both Bluetooth 4.2 and Wi-Fi 5. Attaching the antennas to these terminals can be a pain, but we'll just route those cables throughout the case. And then using a very similar tape method, we will install the Wi-Fi card right next to the M.2 SSD. For our graphics card, I decided to go with the NVIDIA Quadro M2000. This is not a modern gaming card, but it still has quite a bit of life left, especially for older games on Steam or emulation. We'll make sure it is firmly seated and not going anywhere, install our SSD drive cover, and then we see the main issue I had with this model, which is these drive bays tend to get in the way. So we're actually going to have to move this GPU up one slot to make sure that it fits. And it has just enough clearance. But that's all that we need, so we can go ahead and install the front cover back on this machine along with the side panel. And now this ThinkCentre has been restored to what could have been a launch configuration. And now all of the stickers match. Going into our BIOS, we can see that all of our systems are showing up, our CPU and our RAM, and then from here we go into our one-time boot menu and select our Windows 11 partition. From here we'll go through the standard Windows 11 installation process. And then it is time to bypass the Microsoft requirements of having to use an online account. From this screen, we will do Shift F10 and enter this command. The system will then restart and we will have the option to install without internet. From here, after installing a significant portion of software, drivers, updates, security patches, we will install Steam and load the one game that I was requested that this machine could play, which is LEGO Lord of the Rings. This is by no means a demanding game, but it is one that I have a lot of nostalgia for. And after playing it for a while and completely forgetting I was making a video, I finally checked in and saw that our metrics are doing quite well, even with this older hardware from 2017 and this aging business graphics card. Let me know what you think about this video and how we upgraded this Lenovo M910t and if you had any questions.